Hello, welcome to this screencast on a practical approach to note-taking. Before we start, consider this question. When you are in a lecture or when you are reading a piece of text, do you make notes, and if so, how? The aims of the session are to identify and understand different methods of note-taking to analyze text and to develop a set of strategies to enable effective note-taking. This may seem obvious, but why should we take notes? Taking notes helps to process information and make meaning of the content. It's not always realistic to transcribe, as not every word can be captured, and often the effort that goes into recording information does not allow for the processing of information. Essentially, note-taking allows you to document information. It also allows you to develop the skill of processing information. And this can be facilitated electronically. Electronic copies of lecture notes or recordings of lectures all help to. There are many different methods for note-taking. The key is to find a system that works for you. Some people are visual and incorporate diagrams. Some like to color code or break up information. Others like to list or bullet point information. The key thing to remember is your notes need to contain a summary of the key points or themes. They need to allow you to analyze or interrogate the information, and they have to make sense to you further down the line in, say, 6 months' time when you revisit the notes again. It's at this point that I would like to introduce you to Bloom's taxonomy. This is a model that represents the different stages each learner goes through when learning something new. The model is represented through a pyramid, starting with foundational skills at the bottom and moving on to higher order thinking skills such as evaluate and create. Bloom's taxonomy is a useful model to understand where you are as a learner. Consider how many of these thinking skills you can comfortably deploy. Can you recall facts and basic concepts? This is related to knowledge. Can you explain ideas and concepts? This is related to comprehension. Can you use information in new situations? Application. Can you separate concepts into component parts and make connections between ideas and concepts? This is called analysis. Can you make judgments about the value of ideas and concepts? Evaluation. And can you produce new and original work? This is synthesis. Most people will find it easy to remember, comprehend, and apply information. Challenges arise when demonstrating analysis, evaluation, and synthesis. These qualities can sometimes appear elusive and so can be difficult to implement. One way of tackling this is to use a questioning approach: what, where, who, when, why, and how. Using these as cues, a series of questions can be devised to interrogate the material you are considering. These questions can be structured to take you through description, analysis, and evaluation elements, thereby allowing you to develop an approach to higher order thinking. Take some time to read the examples posted on this page. So how does this all fit in with note-taking? Earlier we talked about note-taking being a vehicle for processing information. By devising a series of questions that help you to interrogate material, you develop the skill of critical discrimination. Take a look at the questions posted here. So these questions are about the overview of the piece that you'll be reading. These questions are about the integrity of the material that you'll be reading. And the last set of questions are all to do with the analysis and the critical analysis of the material that you're going to be looking at. Activity. Have a go at devising your own questions for a selected text that you will need to read. Read the extract carefully. Once you've done that, highlight the following keywords and words you do not understand. Find the answers in the text to the questions you've constructed. Make a note or highlight. Annotate, make notes, what the central points and key themes are in the extract. This next section offers two methods of note-making that you may want to experiment with. The first is mind maps, and the second is Cornell Notes. Mind maps are fluid in nature. They allow you to map out information and consider the interrelatedness of points. They can be visual, but will still contain all the relevant information needed to understand a topic. Because of the fluid nature of mind maps, it is easy to understand or add new information to the map. The second approach, Cornell Notes, is far more structured. Firstly, you take a page and divide it into 4 sections. In the top section, you include key information that helps you to classify your notes. So, for example, course module, topic, date, all relevant information. In the left-hand side, you jot down the key points and themes. So this gives you an overview to the material that you are recording. In the right-hand side, you expand on each of the key points. This gives you the detail that you need. Make sure you leave a space between each set of notes, as this will add clarity when you revisit further down the line. And in the final section, you should have a summary. So your main findings, conclusions, all need to be jotted down into that section. To sum up, note-taking is a way of documenting and processing information. Before you tackle readings, create a set of questions to help you navigate the text. Decide what style of note-taking is suited to you. Do you like lists or do you prefer visual styles? Once you've decided what your preferred style is, keep on using the format. Keep up to date with your note-making, allocate time to maintain your notes. And review your notes regularly. This will help you to absorb what you have learned. Good luck.